At the end of the show, we have one more Peach transformation after all the feats come together. Now, this is basically just supersonic, right? Like, it's the exact same idea, and I'm here for it. Every character should have a supersonic-esque transformation, including Olimar. Final fight against Grape really isn't anything to write home about. I honestly could have probably just lumped this in with the other bosses, but, you know, pacing. The first phase is basically just shooting, sparkle power at her in the distance. The second phase is now about shooting a prolonged laser. Please end my suffering, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And that's Princess Peach Showtime. Look, it's a fine game. I would go so far as to call it good. Unfortunately, this game just never hits enough of a groove where I would consider it great or anything above a 7 out of 10 at best. It ultimately shows some potential, but it just feels so surface level and never hits its stride. Maybe that was a budget issue, or maybe that's just because Nintendo specifically wanted a filler release in a year that's pretty desolate for the Nintendo Switch. This was written before the Nintendo Direct, so just pretend like that line makes sense. Either way, I'll point back to Luigi's Mansion one last time. There's a lot of similarities between these two games. Both are short, both were clearly released just to have a game out, and both introduce a new world to the Mario universe without needing to over-rely on Mario, which in its own right is pretty cool. And while I might not be the biggest fan of the future Luigi's Mansion games, which we will get to soon, they undoubtedly did expand the concepts of the original in future entries and did a lot right. So I do hope that they try this game again in the future. There was enough charm here where I'm rooting for this to get a really good sequel, and I'm hoping that this doesn't just die to history like Super Princess Peach kind of caused this mini-series to do for a while. It sold actually pretty well, and the Mario franchise continues to thrive with another Super Mario movie coming out soon, so I have a feeling this probably isn't the last we see of the Peach stir. I'm never saying that again, and I'm making it illegal for anyone else to say it too. Just be aware in the meantime though that the game we do have is overpriced and lacking in content. $60 is way too steep, but if you can bring yourself to accept it, I do hope supporting it will lead to them fully considering a future of the franchise. And I think if you can get this game for 30 or 40 bucks, that is more than worth adding to the collection over.